Well, as many analysts expected, the impending outcome of U.S. President Donald Trump's withdrawal from Iran has likely sparked a regional arms race. Now it looks like Saudi Arabia is vowing to pursue nuclear capability if Iran is able to. And joining us with more is ILTV's Aaron Pors. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Natasha. And yeah, as you started to say, it's really not that surprising, to be perfectly honest. Saudi Arabia has long talked about how they would match Iran in kind in any military developments that they make. But what really should be kind of a wake-up call as to how serious Saudi Arabia is the fact that they reiterated that fact shortly after Trump pulled out of the JCPOA.
Yeah, well, Saudi Arabia and Iran have been at odds for quite some time. In fact, Saudi Arabia is pretty much the only only country in the Gulf Arab states besides Israel to support the collapse of the JCPOA, the Iran nuclear deal.
Right.
So, do you think that we have a race for nuclear arms coming?
An arms race? I mean, it was highly expected that an arms race could break out should the deal fail. So, I mean, it would be highly unlikely that they didn't see that coming, at least as a possibility. But that being said, as you just said, Saudi Arabia and Israel was one of the countries to support leaving the deal regardless, long before we actually left the deal. So that could point to a few different ulterior motives potentially. And for Israel, for example, the case might be that, as Netanyahu said, he would rather deal with Iran, nix a bad deal than keep a good one. Nix a bad deal than keep a bad deal. No deal over a bad deal. But he also said that he would rather deal with Iran on the cusp of a nuclear breakout now than in 10 years from now. For Iran, it might be that maybe they wanted to become a nuclear power and this gave them an excuse.
Well, what does it mean, if Iran stays in this deal, as they're saying? I mean, that's a plan here for the Iranians. Right. Would the Saudis drop the whole issue?
Theoretically, yeah, I suppose so. But, it's anyone's guess whether or not that will happen. Iran did already agree to continue abiding by the JCPOA should the European and other signatories to the deal continue to uphold their end of the bargain. But that is really difficult to do considering new United States pressures. They would have to rebuff that. So it doesn't seem likely.
All right, well, we will keep a close eye on the situation. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Natasha.